Network. Go like and subscribe to the Sports PSP podcast. New episode will be on Friday night. Man, folks, football. Football, baby. Football season is back. And man, we got to talk about the Arizona Cardinals versus the Washington Commanders. Week 1 of the NFL season, it will be the Washington Commanders will be at home. And I'm feeling very, very excited about this game because of folks, according to Scott Jennings of Hogs Haven, I want to make sure I give credit where credit is due. I'm reading here, according to his article, Washington is a 7-point favorite in this game, heading into this game against the Arizona Cardinals. Arizona's record last year was 4-13. Also, their star quarterback, Kyler Murray, will not be available due to an injury. Of course, as you all know, folks, last year he suffered a torn ACL in the Monday Night Football game against New England Patriots. On top of that, first year with new head coach Jonathan Gannon. As for Washington, they are coming off an 8-1 season a year ago. And 2 months ago, before the game, Washington was a 5.5 favorite against Arizona. So I want to make sure I give credit where credit is due to Scott Jennings of Hogs Haven. And folks, this is the type of game that Washington needs to win. And they should win. Because, first of all, if you look at the Arizona Cardinals right now, again, Kyler Murray, the number 1 overall pick, who they drafted in 2019, will not play in this game. And if you look at the direction where the Arizona Cardinals are going, they are tanking the rest of the season. Now, why are they tanking the rest of the season? Because they're trying to get their hands on Caleb Williams, who in a lot of eyes is often compared to Patrick Mahomes of the Kansas City Chiefs. From the media and the public, a lot of draft experts, Caleb Williams is that type of dude. And I do believe once the Arizona Cardinals get the number 1 overall pick, they're going to try to draft who's the best player out there. And that is Caleb Williams. But according to his father, Carl Williams, it has to depend on the type of situation. If it's a good situation and if the situation is beneficial for Caleb Williams, then and only then he should enter the NFL draft. According to Carl Williams, the father of Caleb Williams, this is what he said in an interview with GQ. But that's a story for another day. Let's talk about this game between the Arizona Cardinals and Washington Commanders. First of all, we all know that Kyler Murray will not play. And on top of that, they acquired Josh Dobbs, who will play and who will start for the Arizona Cardinals. Washington should easily win that game. Easily win that game. They are 7-point favorites in that game. And what I want to see in this game, if any game Sam Howell should ball out, it's without question this one. You're going up against a putrid, awful team right now at this point in the Arizona Cardinals. This is the type of game that Sam Howell, in my opinion, and you know what? I'm going to be bold. I'm going to be very bold with my prediction. He should throw for at least 300 yards because Terry McLaurin is looking to play in that game. Now, on the other hand, Chase Young, he was asked by reporters if he's going to be able to go. He says he's ready to go, but he needs to talk to his team. He needs to talk to his doctor, not the Commander's doctor, his own doctor. He has to talk to his doctor, and the doctor has to clear him in order for him to be available and out on the football field. Sorry, folks, a little DeSerrano. Thirsty and it's hot as hell here in New Jersey. So apologize for that. This is the type of game that the Commanders should easily win. Okay, I am not the biggest fan. I mean, let's be honest, folks. Sam Howell should ball out in this game. This should also be a great illustration for Eric Bieniemy, who should be, and I believe once the season is over and done, he should be the head coach for the Washington Commanders after Ron Rivera. This could be a good example for him to illustrate and show people why he's more than a product of Andy Reid. Because a lot of times he didn't get the credit or recognition that I thought he deserved. Because a lot of times he was used, well, you know what? Was he ever accused of call? Was he ever? Did he ever call plays while he was there in Kansas City? In the case with Eric Bieniemy, that wasn't the case because a lot of people thought, oh well, that's just Andy Reid, that's just a system. Yet they never said that with Matt Nagy, Doug Peterson, and all the other coaches. This is also a great opportunity for Eric Bieniemy to show people, look, I'm more than the Andy Reid coaching tree. I'm more than what I'm capable of. Give me an opportunity, give me a chance. Let me show you what I'm capable of, and then go from there. And I think Eric Bieniemy has a tremendous opportunity to do that. Now, Chase Young, if he can't play, if he's not available, and look, it's week 1, and this has to be a big breakout year for Chase Young if he wants to stay with the Commanders and if the Commanders are willing to give him a contract that he wants. Because I've said it before, folks, look, the Commanders did not pick up his 5th-year option. They did not pick up his 5th-year option. And on top of that, within 3 years, we've seen where Nick Bosa got his money. You know, shout outs to Nick Bosa, 5-year, $170 million contract, $122.5 million guaranteed, because unlike Chase Young, he's been available. He's made 3 Pro Bowls, a couple of first team All Pros, the reigning defensive player of the year. And you look at Micah Parsons, who is, in my opinion, is going to win defensive player of the year. If Chase Young wants to resemble into being the player that he was, he's got to ball out this season. And look at the other parts around him on the defensive side. You got Daron Payne, who's coming off a Pro Bowl caliber season with 11 and a half sacks. We also have another good defensive lineman in Jonathan Allen. We also got Montez Sweat. We got a plethora of pieces on the defensive side. Now, our concerns are our linebackers and our secondary. I think Emmanuel Forbes is going to actually ball out. Not in this game, but throughout the season. And even though I was kind of skeptical of him at first because I felt like we should have went with Christian Gonzalez, the cornerback of Oregon, but Emmanuel Forbes has been stepping it up. And with Sam Howell as the signal caller, if this were an opportunity for him to ball out in this game, this is the game. I think he should put up 300 yards or close to it and at least 3 touchdowns because of the competition that you're going up against. And it's a home game. This would be a great opportunity for you to shut people, particularly critics like myself, up. Because I've been very critical, and I'm not sure with Sam Howell. I've said it before. Tank the rest of the season to try to get Caleb Williams. Okay? But this could be a great test for Sam Howell. This could also be a great test for Eric Bieniemy. This could also be a great test for Washington. Because believe it or not, folks, there are some people that I've talked to, that I've been on podcasts. They actually told me Washington is a lot better than you're actually giving them credit for, Sports PSP. They should actually finish 3rd in the division, maybe even higher. And this could be a great test. And Sam Howell, to his credit, he played well in the preseason and he looked sharp. He looked very impressive. His best preseason game was the Monday Night Football game against the Ravens. If he was able to do that, even though I understand it's a preseason game, but going up against this team in the Arizona Cardinals, You should win this one, and you should ball out in this one. And if Terry McLaurin is there, that would be that's also great for Sam Howell. And it's also great because I talked about it before, folks. The underrated wide receiver duo of Terry McLaurin and Jahan Dotson. We talk about AJ Smith, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith. We talk about Stephon Diggs, Gabe Davis. We talk about Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle. At some point, we need to talk about Terry McLaurin and Jahan Dotson. And when you look at what Jahan Dotson has also done in the preseason, he's stepped up and he's played well. Okay. Now there are, and also the reason why I expect Sam Howell to ball out is because the Cardinals last year, they were the 24th passing defense in the NFL last year. They were 24th in the NFL and passing defense. And when you look at team defense last year, they were 31st in the NFL. Behind only the Chicago Bears were worse than them. Only the Chicago Bears were worse than the Arizona Cardinals. And the Cardinals, right now, at this particular point, they are in complete tanking mode. They are in complete tanking mode. They are right now a bad football team. And this is a great opportunity for the Commanders to win this game. Anything less than a win is totally, in my opinion, unacceptable. It's bullshit if you can't get a win against this team. And believe it or not, folks, if they lose to this team, I'll be roasting their ass. Mark my words. I will be doing whether a Twitter live or going on StreamYard and getting. Oh my God, folks! I'm gonna have a lot to say if the Commanders can't win this game. You are a 7-point favorite heading into this game. This is yours. You got to win this game and you got to show people, give an indication that this team is no joke, albeit against the Cardinals. You got to win this one. You can't win this one. Mark my words, I'm roasting the Commanders' ass. I'm getting on the Commanders. I'm getting on Ron Rivera because I've said it before, folks, and I'm not going to stop. Ron Rivera got to get the fuck out of there. He's got to get the fuck out of there because as a head coach, he ain't worth shit. He's a waste of my time right now. And it's hard for me to trust him. It's hard for me to trust him, man. You got to win this one. You got to win this one. No excuses. Period. End of story. You got to win this one. The Commanders got to win this one. If they fell short against this team, this football team with no Kyler Murray, and with a team that's probably going to end up getting the first overall pick, and if Caleb Williams is not going to be is going to stay for another year at USC, they're probably going to draft a quarterback. They're probably going to draft whoever. You lose to this team, So I hope that Sam Howell balls out in this one, and he should. I hope that the Commanders' defense get at least 4 or 5 sacks against the Cardinals or more. This is a game in which the Washington Commanders should dominate, absolutely fucking dominate against the Arizona Cardinals. You fell short of this team, man, get the fuck out of here. I will be going on a StreamYard live, YouTube, Twitter, whatever, and I will be roasting their ass. Because anything short of a victory, in my opinion, flat out unacceptable. And if I hear one bullshit comment from Ron Rivera, I'm going to have a lot to say about that. I am going to have a lot to say about that. But the players I am looking forward to in this game is Sam Howell. because I feel like this is the game in which he should ball out. The defense, I want to see what Emmanuel Forbes is going to do. And I want to see what Eric Bieniemy is going to do as far as his offensive creativity and putting Sam Howell in the right position to succeed. So those are my predictions for the game.